you've been arm wrestling for 34 years, and for us as starters, I can call myself a starter. He is no starter no more. What will be the advice you would give to your younger self when you were starting out in your career?
Well, I've always told people when they first start arm wrestling to arm wrestle as many people as possible. Nobody has the same hand. Nobody pulls the same. The more you can arm wrestle, the better you're going to be, the more proficient you're going to be. What I would tell my younger self would be to focus on my hand and my wrist. My arm was always really strong. I just needed my hand and wrist to catch up. And then my hand and wrist got pretty strong for about a decade. Then I had the nerve damage and everything else. So now it's hand and wrist are so important. Obviously, it's a strength sport, so you have to be strong. But yeah, just arm wrestle as much as possible. There's so much now with all the different specific training that you can do because we have access to all the knowledge and all the information out there. So all the different sport specific exercises are great, but the best way to get good at arm wrestling is to arm wrestle.
That's a great advice. Reno, we talked with Reno. Reno was our first guest on the podcast. He doesn't believe so much in table time because he feels that he loses too much time that he could do with weightlifting and getting the specific lifts stronger. So very interesting that you say that. We actually do a lot of table time, but the pain is it's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. So I agree with Reno. Once you hit a level, once you already know how to arm wrestle, like I don't need table time. I know how to arm wrestle. I just need to be stronger in the areas that are applicable to the table, right? So if you get strong in a movement, but it doesn't translate, it didn't help your arm wrestling. I do believe that if you can get stronger anywhere, it makes you better because it makes you more confident, it makes you more powerful. But there needs to be that direct translation to the table as well. So Reno is how I would approach it now, but still someone new, I would say arm wrestle as much as possible. You have to get past the early pains, the arm wrestling pains that you have to get through, because you got to find out how bad you really want it. And that first year is always pretty brutal.
Yeah. For me, it was crazy. First year was crazy. We did a lot of table time, and all of the guys I arm wrestled were pretty much stronger than me. So I have to grind through and not with not so much technique. And then this guy came 6 months ago and we started doing a lot more technique and specific movements. So I think he brought my game to a next level for sure.